The ROG Ally 2 was leaked, and is it possible that Valve is the bad guy now? And yes, we were recently graced with a second trailer drop for the most anticipated game of next year. And supposedly, the recording was recorded off of a base PS5, and a new major version of SteamOS is coming out soon, and it just made it to the beta branch, and we'll talk about it. But if you like this video or any other video I've made, please like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. And in the meantime, why don't you check out Off the Console? It's a brand new podcast created by me, Gardner Bryant, and Games Revealed, with guest stars occasionally. And while yes, it's on YouTube, it's also available wherever podcasts can be found, like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Check it out. The ROG Ally getting a successor device was a foregone conclusion. It was a wildly successful device. But of course, we got leaks of a supposed ROG Ally 2, and let me tell you, I'm looking at the designs right now and they do not look appealing. It's those ridiculous grip bars. It makes it look like a PlayStation Portal, and let me tell you, the PlayStation Portal was not a pretty device. But we do get two different variants, a black and white version. But it seems like these aren't just cosmetic differences, there are differences in hardware as well. The black version seemingly a more powerful version with the Z2 Extreme. Much like its predecessor, it's an 8-core CPU, though this one goes with a 36 watts supposedly. It also comes with 32GB of LPDDR5X memory running at a seemingly 8,533 megabits per second. The other one, the white model, seemingly running an AMD Aerith Plus CPU. And for those who don't know, the Steam Deck CPU was dubbed the Aerith model. Of course, Aerith Plus goes up to 20 watts, and it features the same memory, albeit 16 gigs instead of 32 gigs. So what is interesting though is that the black model sports an Xbox button, like a full-on genuine button on the left side, and it has a little Xbox logo. What does this Xbox button entail? Well, no one knows because no one bothered to turn the screen on and actually record themselves using it, which is unfortunate. But this has led to some wild, rampant speculations. If you recall, there were rumored reports of Project Keenan, the next generation of Xbox, going handheld at least. And they were talking about a, quote, Xbox handheld. Now, I don't know for certain that this is the, quote, Xbox handheld, but it is interesting to think about, see. What could an Xbox handheld offer that you couldn't get on a Windows handheld? I mean, are we running the Xbox OS on here? Like, is this going to be a locked down handheld? Because I could see this not going over that well, especially since many people don't have a real reason to buy an Xbox when you can just buy a PC and play all of your Xbox games on PC, along with a lot of the other third parties that aren't available on Xbox. What advantage would the Xbox handheld give us? And more specifically, how come they're partnering with Asus instead of, making their own handheld? Is Microsoft formally exiting the console scene and just letting their partners make whatever consoles they want? Is this going to be another situation like, I don't know, the Steam machines? It's hard to know for certain, but what we do know is that this ROG Ally, this black one, does have an Xbox button, so that's led to some wild speculation. Interestingly enough, the white one also has that same button as well, but no Xbox logo. Which leads me to believe that maybe this button is just the, quote, Xbox button, like the center button on your Xbox controller, since we don't technically have those buttons on any of the handhelds we use. Some experts are putting together calculations, such as the Fox. They're trying to figure out how much more a Z2 Extreme would be over the Z1 Extreme. And the big question is it really worth upgrading from your ROG Ally X to this new ROG Ally? And arguably the most important question is it too late for them to change this design? Is this just like the final design, or is this just a small early prototype? I sure hope it's a prototype design they scrap. And of course, we have to talk about Valve. Valve has done two things this week. First and foremost, they're gearing up for SteamOS 3.7.5. And we talked about this in the preview channel, but now it's coming to the beta channel, which means it should be a little more stable. The changelogs are very similar to what we had before, though one feature I do want to point out is the ability to wake up your Steam Deck LCD via Bluetooth. Now, I kind of just thought that this was due to the upgraded hardware in the OLED model, but no, apparently you've just been able to do it the whole time, albeit with a firmware upgrade. This is all great news because yes, I have both an original Steam Deck and a Steam Deck OLED, and I don't really use my original Steam Deck, so it would be nice to turn that into a dedicated docked machine. We should also mention that Valve mentioned a general purpose SteamOS release sometime before the Legion Go S's SteamOS version releases, with the SteamOS version of the Legion Go S releasing on May the 25th, so it could literally release any time between now and then. But you should also remember Valve time. Valve is infamous, quite infamous, for announcing a release date and then just letting the days slip. Like seriously, you can Google Valve time. But of course, for those of us that like to live on the edge in the preview channel, we've known about this version for quite some time. This isn't really news. What is news though in regards to Valve is their new stance on mods. For those who don't know, Classic Offensive is a CSGO mod that essentially brings a more classic Counter-Strike experience. It was built off of CSGO and it was meant to be released on Steam, and, well, Valve has effectively blocked its release, period. Did Valve have the right to do so? Potentially, but it's just shocking that Valve of all companies are the ones rejecting this. I mean, let's be honest, almost every single IP Valve owns was a mod at some point in time. Except for Half-Life. Let's look at Counter-Strike itself, multi-million-dollar or maybe even billion-dollar franchise. That started out as a mod for Half-Life. Team Fortress, beloved game series, especially with Team Fortress 2, that began as a mod for Half-Life as well. And of course, Dota was a mod of Warcraft 3, but then Valve bought the rights to Dota 2, and then now they own arguably one of the biggest MOBAs in the world. And let's not forget about the fact that they used to allow games like Garry's Mod to be on Steam. Yes, to use assets from Half-Life 2 or Team Fortress 2 or whatever, you had to own those games. But the fact that they let a game that's predicated on modding their games and assets and whatnot exist means that Valve used to be cool at one point. But back to Classic Offensive, it's borderline insulting that Valve would just block this mod, given their, history with mods. It's a Nintendo move if I've ever seen one. And truth is, I suspect they removed it because they were worried it could eat into their CS2 sales. I mean, it's classic Counter-Strike, but with more modern graphics. And naturally, you get to ignore all the microtransactions and all of that stuff. To be honest though, I don't think it would have gotten that big, but at the very least, it would have had a chance to survive and have dedicated players, which Valve has ultimately stripped from us. And speaking of stripping, Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed until 2026, but Rockstar graced us with yet another trailer. I would show the trailer for GTA 6 here, but Rockstar does have a history of taking down trailer re-uploads or even just videos using footage from the trailer, so I'm not gonna. The very first trailer for GTA 6 was one of the most viewed non-children, non-music video videos on YouTube, period. And yes, as of the making of this video, the second trailer hit 81 million views. Now, as for my history with Grand Theft Auto, I think Grand Theft Auto 4 has the best written story of the entire series. So I really do hope the story takes a more GTA 4 style approach. All of this footage was supposedly captured from a base PS5, which sounds completely unbelievable to me. I mean, the graphics look great. And I'm not one to typically talk about how good graphics look in a video game, but I mean, these graphics look great. It would look better on a PC though, let's be honest. And I kind of wish this came to PC, but as we all know, Rockstar's just gonna double dip. They're gonna release it on consoles this year, and then next year after, they're gonna release it on PC. That's just how Rockstar works. If you like this video, please press the like button and check out our other videos. And if you like those other videos as well, be sure to press the subscribe button and share the good gospel of high-tech lowlife with your friends. Furthermore, we have a community Discord for enlightened individuals such as you. And if you wish to further support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description.